Okay, guys. Well, welcome to again the Fast Track series. This is the third week, and we're going to be talking about today mainly plugged in, and it is all about from start to finish getting involved, and not just getting involved, but taking action and some accountability for yourself. And really, with you and I, when we've talked about a lot about what you and I win's all about, and we went through launch the first week. We've gone through discover the second week, kind of figuring out what your niche is or niche is. Um, Talking a little bit about finding your market, finding your own personality, and mixing that with what you and I win has. Well, today we're going to be talking about the programs and the tools and everything that we have available. So, uh, guys, thank you for attending the Friday webinar. For those of you, it looks like we had a good amount come on and trickle in afterwards. That was great. If you want to stay on for this and just see, all the tools that we have, this is gonna be very interactive. So it's been good to see more and more people kind of sharing their thoughts on healthcare and IULs, and just the feedback has been great. So keep that up if you want to stay on for this. If not, you are allowed to get off. I won't be mad if you do go and go without onto your day. Only if you're only going to make some sales. You have to make some sales. That's the only thing, is if you're going to get off the webinar now, you have to make some sales today and start turning in some business. So that's the only tagline I'll say. All right. So again, this is the Fast Track series. Have any questions, just type them in. We're going to be going through these live again, just like our Friday webinar, as we go through. So type in your questions. And the agenda for today is all about ready, set, action. It's about taking action. It's about taking control of all the tools that you have and really making a go for what we have to offer. Short recap again for Discover. Last week we went over our agent roadmap and just finding out your niche market. Thank you for those who did turn in the agent roadmaps last week, and kind of going through that. That was they found was really helpful. So thank you for doing that. And we're going to be talking about, we talked a little bit about the champions programs, whether that's final expense, term life, IULs. We actually have a champion program totally dedicated to IULs. So definitely be going through that, and I'm sure it'll come up next week as we talk more about IUL products. Creating activity and just automating that with tools. This is the main part for today, is just automating things, getting involved, and taking action for what we're going to be doing. So my first question, and feel free to type this into the question box or the chat area. What's the difference between these two pictures? A lot of you, if you stayed on for the webinar, you already know this answer because I kind of gave it away early. Couldn't hold it in. But what's the difference between these two pictures on the left and the right? Does anybody know or have any ideas what the main difference is? Nobody knows. Oh, there we go. Now they're starting to come in. Action. Right. Great. I love it. The one on the left here, you just have the tools there, which is great. You have your nails, you have your hammer, you even have wood, I see in that picture. So you have all the tools available, but I don't even have to ask it. I mean, is that hammer and those tools and that nails building anything at that moment? Is looking at that picture on the left, is it going to do anything to build a house? I don't think technology has come so far that we can just look at these things and boom, a house comes into play and you have a nice shelter to live in. I Hopefully it hasn't gone yet. I haven't seen it. If it is available, it could be, but I haven't seen it happen yet. So it's all about taking action. The guy on the right is taking action. He has the hammer in his hand, he has a nail in the wood, and he's pounded it and he's building something. And if you had to go with, are you going to see a house at the finished product on the left or on the right? Always you're going to find the one on the right, the guy who's actually picking up the tools that he has available to him and nailing them in and doing the work with it, is going to have the house at the end. The guy on the left, he has all the same tools, same exact resources, but nothing's happening because it's not being used at that moment and not being used for the proper manner that it's been built for. If this guy on the right took his hammer and started trying to dig a trench, there's a lot better ways that he could do that. I mean, I'm sure that he might be able to get it done eventually, but there's a lot better ways, a lot you know, better tools that are more geared towards accomplishing that task. So, what does this have to do with You and I Win? What does this have to? Why am I sitting here talking about hammers and builders and nails? Uh, Guys, with You and I Win, we have a lot of tools. We have a lot of resources. We have a lot of programs that are built and meant for certain things. If you want to become a great final expense agent, then I would not recommend that you get heavily involved with our retirement reality advisors or our annuity champions. Why? Because they don't, that's not what the purpose is for those programs. You would be much better suited for the final expense champions program. Same reason if you were going to be, if you really wanted to hit ACA and Affordable Care Act and really do well in the health market business, I wouldn't recommend the champions programs to be a part of. Why? Because the champions programs are geared towards life insurance. So there's one thing about You and I Win having a ton of tools and a tremendous amount of resources for you. It's another thing to find out. This is what Discover was all about: is finding out, which tool am I going to have in my toolbox if I really want to build up to what I want to build or accomplish a task that I want to accomplish. Two different things, and I think it's important to really nail down those purposes so that when you start building your toolbox and when you start really setting forth and going after your goals, you're using the right tools to get there. Nobody wants to get halfway through their mission or try and like really strain hard and find out that they've been digging the whole time with a hammer when they could have used a shovel that's right next door. They could have picked up a shovel and done a lot better with their resources and managed their time a little more. All right. So that's the difference. And here's what I really want to talk about today. I think it's going to be really good. So with these tools, basically we have three major areas that we can focus on. And before I bring this up, let me go back. Before I bring this up, I want to send out a poll. So everybody, if you're on the call, you can hear me, you can see my screen. I want you to click on the screen when this poll pops up to just give me an idea of what we should focus on today for this specific plugged in webinar. So the question up on your screen, hopefully it's on your screen now, is talking about, your strongest felt need. So what do you guys feel you need to have to write more business? Just check the boxes that apply to you. Do you feel like you need more product selection or training for products? Do you think you need more sales training to write more business? Is it leads? Is it prospecting tools or presentation tools? Whatever one those are, everybody just click on your screen and vote through those sections. This will give me a better idea of where we really want to focus today. I don't want to be talking about product selection if nobody wants to, feels like that's going to help them write more business and improve their sales. So it looks like 30% voted. For those of you, I'll leave it up a little bit longer. Again, just click right on your screen. It should be the check boxes. Check off the ones that you feel are going to be important for you. And what do you feel you need to write more business? Again, is it product selection and training? Is it sales training? You need leads to sell more business? Are you looking for more prospecting tools or prospecting ideas? Or is it presentation tools? Like how do you quote? How do you present the product? How many presentations are you making, or what to say on a presentation? These kind of go are involved with your sales training, but correlated a little differently. So it looks like we have about half the people voted. I'm going to leave that open for about 30 more seconds just to give everybody else a chance. Again, if you're on the call, you can hear me and you can see the screen. Just vote for that. We're going to be doing a lot more of these voting polls because they really help in moving forward. So get used to using those in the system, and we'll close that out pretty soon. All right. So we're going to close that. Looks like most people, let's see what our thing is. I'm going to share this actually. So on the screen, this is what we came out to. We have, excuse me, 40% wanted product selection and training, needed more of that. I feel like this is the lowest because we do provide a ton of product selection. We have a huge portfolio and a lot of training. So that's not what's necessarily needed. It's important, but it's not necessarily what's needed on this call. Sales training, leads, prospecting tools. These are all above half the people that voted are coming with that. The biggest thing is presentation tools. So great. We'll focus on some of these things. That gives me a better idea. So thank you for that. We'll focus on some of these things going through this webinar. I'll put more emphasis on those if that's what you feel is important to you to write more business. So first thing that we go through, I think there's three areas that You and I Win specializes in, that we have tools and things available for you guys to use. So first part is prospecting. Everybody needs to get more people, right? Or we call this gathering. You need to gather more people. You need to have a base, a list. Most people say you're going to build your book of business. You have to build a list or buy a list or whatnot to get more people in. This is the prospecting section of your business. Second part is presentation. How am I running quotes? How am I, when I go to see a person, what am I saying? What's my script? How do I handle objections? Going through objections and finding out, what the best way to respond to each of those 8 main objections you're going to face with any product. We talk a lot about this on our Wednesday webinar for our lead program. And then the third part is follow-up. Believe it or not, you have prospecting, you have presenting and actually showing the product and selling, and then you have follow-up. How are you keeping in contact or putting those touch points on, whether you sell the lead or not? Say you have leads or a client that you didn't make a sale for. Are you still following up with them after 6 months or 12 months? Are you sending weekly newsletters or drip email campaigns? Are you sending out birthday cards, anniversary cards, emails, those kind of things? How are you following up with your client? Because the more times you touch base with your client, whether you've sold them in the past or not, the better chance you have of selling them in the future or helping them in the future, because you're going to be fresh on their mind. Believe it or not, insurance agents are never their clients, not, I shouldn't say never, but 9 times out of 10, they're not the main thing that the client is thinking about is, man, I have a great insurance agent. We're not in that kind of arena. That's not how insurance works. So we need to be conscious about always keeping up and keeping in contact with our prospect, with our database, with our people that we're talking to. So first off, we'll go through prospecting. This seems to be a big one. 60% wanted to do prospecting tools. So back to the main screen. I think everybody can still see that. Prospecting. What do we have available? Obviously, to get in front of more people, we have our live lead transfer program. Leads and prospecting tools, sales training, these are all top things. And here's what we have provided for you guys at You and I Win. Our live lead transfer program that you can get involved in just by clicking on our lead program template on the You and I Win website. Champions programs, whether you're in final expense or maybe last week you've decided you wanted to be involved in final expense, term life, IULs, annuities, ACA, any of those sources, especially on the life sides with the champions sections, have their own lead programs. They have direct mail systems. They have, we have telemarketed leads that you can get involved in. We have our live lead transfer program that you can get involved in. So these for leads, those of you that said, the strongest felt need to get in front of more people is leads, I would recommend, these would be my top recommendations, is either get involved in our live lead transfer program. You get the special access to our Wednesday webinars that have been great for training, going through how to handle objections, getting some extra sales training. That's where you're going to get that, is if you're in those live lead transfer programs. Some people have asked, why do you keep that private? Why is that a private webinar? Well, we want to make sure that, using our hammer analogy, that you're picking up the hammer, that you've invested somewhat into your business, that you're willing to put money forth to reach some new people. And in honoring that, we give you more sales training, specialized training on this program, on how to run your live lead transfers, how to talk to people, how to handle objections, all those things. We give you more critique training for that, because we know we only want to be working with those agents that are serious about really improving their business. investing in your business is a huge part of that. So that's why we do that with the live lead transfers. Um, but the Champions lead resources, I know Randall Fries has been big in with this in the past. He actually ran the live lead transfers this week. Came out with, I think he said, and correct me if I'm wrong, Randall, but I believe it was 2 appointments and three, people that you're shopping for. So like five potential sales out of that one batch. I think you only ran it for a day, so that was great turnout with that. Glad you were able to get on the dialer with that. But these lead programs are huge, guys, to get in front of people. Um, the best thing about it is the more when you sell life and you're trying to prospect with our Term Life Champions, again, this is a free resource. You get a free hometown website. So I think Kelly has this website already available, but you have a free life website that you can get a part of and have as a way to grab more people and to put on your Facebook pages, those kind of things, your emails to get requests. Um, Courageous Marketing, your marketing resource for most of our marketing tools. So presentation tools, this is going to be pretty much what Cam focuses on. This is what Courageous Marketing focuses on, is your marketing tools, how to not only prospect, but how do you present to people? How do you show, 2 or 3 packages at a time effectively? What kind of technologies can you be using to use that as a resource? Um, and you can use that with our social media boost program. Again, with you get heavily discounted prices with You and I Win and NMG. But social media, if you want to get on Facebook, if you want to have a professional Facebook page and utilize that avenue to gather more people, huge way to get referrals is social media. Most people just came out from General Electric that 60% of people are going to be looking on social media, believe it or not, when they look for a business decision or try and purchase a product. They're going to try, people are trying to find you on social media, your company, your business, what you do, and they make their buying decision before they ever even pick up the phone to call you on these channels, making sure that you have good reviews, that some of their peers have used you in the past. That's why it's so important to, when you are selling, if you have a social media channel already, refer them. Tell them, the best way to say thank you to me is just do a quick tag on our Facebook page, join us, give us a review on what your experience has been, and then send that out and share it with your friends. That's a huge way to get referrals, guys. You can get referrals all day long by doing that alone, just with people that you've already sold. Big way and real easy with our social media program. Free lead request page. We also provide that when you sign up for Career Agent Marketing. When you create an account there, everybody gets a free lead request page that you can put in your emails and those kind of things. So take advantage of some of these tools that we have. Print marketing, still another big one. Sorry about that. Still a big one is print marketing. So business cards, flyers, guys, we have on in our champions programs as well, provides custom business cards, with little QR codes and websites, and I know Jeff Williams has gotten business cards for us and those kind of things. Lots of that kind of stuff going on that we have available, that many don't know about. So these are all things that we have that are available on prospecting. A lot of ways to reach it, and where do I go? A lot of you are probably asking, where in the world do I go to get to this stuff? Prospecting and recruiting. We have a whole prospecting page on You and I Win website. Let me go there real fast to show you where that's at. This is the You and I Win website. Under Agent Tools, this is where you're going to find a bulk of all of our things that you need. Prospecting and recruiting tools. Okay, so it's going to make you sign in, so make sure that you have at least registered on the You and I Win site to access this page. I think everybody on this call already has, so just make sure you're doing that. Let me log in here with the right password. There we go. So prospecting, our CRM tool right here, if you want to send drip email campaigns, newsletters, those kind of things. A lot of agents, I probably would say about at least half of the people on this webinar alone have this system in place already, and can attest to how useful it is. Our CRM tool, different lead sources, videos, compensation overviews to recruit. We'll go over more on this and share. Print materials. Here's all the business cards that we offer with You and I Win, those kind of things if you want to utilize those. So a lot of stuff in here alone just to use. If you want to go to Career Agent Marketing to sign up, you just click on the big cam button right here on the left-hand side. Very easy to get to all these tools and utilize the resources. Jeff, it looks like your hand's up, so I'm going to unmute you. Looks like you might have to still unmute yourself. You want to share?
Yeah, yeah. I want to share a couple of things from the poll. 80% of the people were needing presentation tools. Okay, that's the reason we're going to send out. I want Brent to send out a mass email to everybody that's in UNI Win. We're going to have a big presentation tool on that webinar once we get it scheduled on how to sell IULs more effectively. Another thing on the business cards, Brent, as you know, I put my Facebook page and my LinkedIn page on the back of the business card. I want them to go and check me out. So that's the reason I put it there.
Yeah, no, that's huge. That's huge. And, we have tools like that. I mean, back in once you create your CAM account, you'll have this dashboard. This has all the prices of all the tools that we talk about. I mean, forms, social media, free request forms, quote builder tools. For those of you that need a presentation tools, our quote builder now offers on and off the exchange health quotes. So you'll find your subsidy, be able to search all of the on exchange and off exchange, health plans available in your area. But also now it can actually quote final expense. And we have term life coming soon. So term life will be added in a little bit, but final expense products, you can get a whole list of final expense quotes and a huge quote engine right in the tool. So now you can quote, you click add, it'll add the product in. If you want to add a Crown Dental or a supplemental or an IUL or another health product, whatever you want, you can add any product in here, create 2 or 3 products in one package. It'll show the total amount and you can send it right to your client to do a screen share or to have them take a look at and see what package you're coming up with for them to really protect them fully. So lots of stuff there. Our print materials that Jeff's talking about, guys, I mean, we have customized things for UNI Win right on the UNI Win site. We also have our business cards. So if you want something for Facebook, that just easy way to send over to someone on Facebook, have them review your page, give you a review like we were talking about before. You have those business cards. You have custom business cards. We have our elevator speech that we were talking about. We have invisible security specialist cards that you can hand out to people, and it gives you an instant way to talk about what you do in a creative way. Lots of stuff there available. Always, if you have a Facebook or a LinkedIn, we put that on the business cards for you so that you can have something to direct them to and to keep them plugged in. So, won't go too much into that. That's just all the tools that we have available. Make sure you're checking out that prospect and recruiting page on the UNI Win website. Presentation. This is another part that we were just talking about. Our product portfolio we have. These are some of the tools that we have to present. Obviously, our product portfolio. Some of the carrier websites, when you get contracted with AIG, Genworth, the Champions programs, there's tons of flyers, resources, presentations. I can't go over them all today, but we have a ton of presentation materials that the carriers provide, that UNI Win provides, that our Champions programs provide, that CAM, our career agent marketing, provides. We have tons and tons and tons of presentation tools. So, I mean, with that being one of the top things that people need to drive their business, guys, you have it here. There's no doubt. It's just a matter of taking advantage of it, signing up, actually using the tools. Many people are signed up with our Champions programs already. I would say almost, 80% of the people on this call are already signed up with Champions programs. So you have access to those resources. It's just a matter of logging in and utilizing them. Is a huge part. So we have, like I said, all the Champions programs. Our quote builder tool, you actually get it for free for 30 days. So you can check it out, try it out. This works really well for cross-selling. That's kind of what it was built off of. Started as an Excel worksheet. Now it's been a lot much more customized. You can use this on your phone. I ran a quote the other day on my phone with it, and sent a package with a term life and I think a critical illness product. Added it in about 5 minutes on my phone. Hit send, sent it right over to my client, and now they're looking at it to possibly buy that package. Very easy tools to use, get involved in. So that's presenting. And then the last part is follow up. Again, we have our CRM tool. Many of you are using this one. It's geared straight for insurance. So you have pre-made templates. You say if you want to send out a newsletter or an article on dental insurance to your clients, guys, we already have that available. You just literally click a drop down menu, say I want something on dental insurance. There's about 3 or 4 templates that come up, and you click on a template. It's already pre-made. We'll customize each email with the person's, with your client's first and last name or whatever other information you have in the system, and send it out to them. You can do birthday reminders, policy reminders. So say their policy is ending in a month, you can have it automatically send that out at those times to each of your clients on an individual basis, reminding them that they need to give you a call to go over their policy or to go over, an annual review of what they need. Very good tool for that kind of stuff. Great. Social media, again, for follow up. You can use it to gather people, but you can also use it to follow up with people. You want to meet your clients where they're at, and many, many, many people are signing up with social media things every single day. I think LinkedIn, it was saying like 16,000 accounts every hour made or something crazy like that. And Facebook's that obviously is still the number one. Twitter, all these different things and avenues you can use to connect to your clients. Now, that does not mean that if you create a Facebook page that you're all of a sudden going to have 5,000 people to talk to. It takes some work and it takes some communication. All it is another avenue to communicate with. And you can use all these different things to help follow up, to help present, to help prospect with you and really make a killing in the market. But the tools have to be used right. So that's the biggest thing. So I know we went through a lot of different things in regards to what all we offer. And again, a lot of this stuff is going to be is either going to be on the left hand side of the page. So we have all of our champions programs here. If you want to sign up with Courageous Marketing, it's here. ACA Business, we have champions programs for final expense, term life, retirement reality advisors. We have annuity champions, and then our Section 79 for like more tax planning. You have that available. So lots of different programs. Biggest thing I want to talk about today though is action, right? So when you're taking action with these things, how you get involved. If you're already in a champions program, we'll just do term life real quick to show you exactly what you need to be doing. So when you get to Term Life Champions, here's the website. Okay, you're going to sign in. It's going to ask you to sign in or register. Now, when you're registering, you want to make sure that you have a promo code. Okay, so I'm going to sign out real quick. If you haven't registered yet, you're going to go to sign in, register for an account. It's going to have you fill out this information, and the promo code you want to use is 29408. That's the promo code that you can use for Unite Win. You have to have a promo code to be involved in these programs. There's no cost involved with these tools that you have in any of the champions programs, but you definitely have to have a promo code to get in. So 29408. If you're looking to register on any of the champions programs, write that down right now, and I should be seeing my emails pop up of alerts with people registering for this if you haven't yet. So 29408, fill that out, hit go, and you're having an account made. All the champions programs are set up the same way. So if you're wanting to get involved for this one, it's term life. They go from left to right as far as progression through a sale. So they're very easy to maneuver through. When you first sign on, you can go home. This will give you some different webinars. We have Why Term Life, so you can join a 20-minute overview just going over what Term Life Champions is all about. Why buy term life insurance? The TLC difference, why Term Life Champions makes it easy. You can go through that. And then, we have different prescription cards you can be giving out. You can actually order these prescription cards to give out at no cost to your clients. Lots of different things, guys. Leads, here's our lead sources. You have to sign in to get to the leads, but we have different lead sources apart from our live transfers that you can get involved in. Training videos, how to talk to clients. Brian Kurtz is one of the guys on here. He actually runs the Annuity Champions as well, but he's very very good training on here showing how to go through different circumstances. A couple on a budget. How do I talk to people like that? How do I open up my opener when I'm talking about term life? How do I talk about health insurance savings? How do I talk about things over the phone? The non-scene sale when you're not in person. How do you handle those kind of calls? Lots of different training out here that you can go through, and they're all like under 20 minutes. This one's 2 minutes long. They're all 15 to 20 minutes, if that, to go through and kind of learn. And these are like this for all the different programs. So final expense, you're going to have training that kind of walks through how to sell final expense. Term life, you have these trainings. Annuity champions, you have trainings every week by Brian Kurtz. Brian has done over $1 million in annuity business almost every year. He's very, very big name in annuities, one of the top names in annuity sales. So if you're looking to get in that, Brian is a great trainer no matter what kind of life insurance you're talking about. So that's why we're really blessed to have these champions programs, is they give you all this training and you get it for free, guys, just through You and I Win at NMG. So make sure you're utilizing this stuff. After you go through the training, you can have tools on determining your need, your life insurance needs analysis. You have the brochures right here you can click on. It's a fillable PDF to go through. Some articles that you can send to your clients about facts with life insurance. Under tools, you have carrier specific tools with all of the carriers that are involved with the Champions programs. American General and Genworth are one of the bigger ones. Unico is really a great product to look into for term life too, or American National. But you have drop ticket worksheets to fill out, one page for no matter what carrier you're selling. You'll have all the information you need to write an online app with this drop ticket worksheet. How to cold call existing clients, cold calling at the door, cold calling referrals, overcoming objections, 12 common objections, excuses, all these. This is a huge amount of resources that you get with each Champions program regarding, and they're all tailored specifically to your niche market. So final expense, this one's all about term life. Cross-selling, how to cross-sell each of these programs. The difference between simple term life and return of premium, and how to present that. Training on how to convert, to return of premium sales. If you make a sale, you get a hometown website. That's what we were talking about earlier. There's the business cards that you can get, the pens, the papers, the posters, all these different things, guys, we have available to you. Quoting, you can run a quote here for your term life right now. Very simple quotes. You have access to all the online application information. So as you can see, you go from getting leads, what is that? Prospecting, gathering people. You have training on how to present, and you have ways to follow up. Recruiting, how to recruit people into this system, other agents you have with You and I Win. So tons and tons and tons of information here that you can look into. I would definitely encourage you to, everybody on here, if you're selling life insurance, you need to be involved in one of these Champions programs just because it gives you access to all these tools. And there's no cost, it's just a matter of doing it. So, I know we're going a little bit over here, but it's just because we have so much information regarding all these things that's super important to get involved in. So take advantage of all these things. This is the same for final expense, same for IULs, annuities, term life. All the Champions programs are the same. So make sure you're getting involved with that if you're interested in those avenues. Again, promo code 29408 for the Champions programs. Definitely register if you haven't already. And for leads, guys, we have lead financing. This is probably the last thing I'll talk about today is lead financing. Some people are sitting on the sidelines, and you might say, a big thing on here was I need presentation tools and I need to get in front of people. I need to, leads. No matter what lead program you're going to get involved in, we have a Buy Now Pay 60 program that's very easy to be a part of. All you have to have is it basically takes the price of what you're going to be getting involved in. So say you wanted to do 200 live lead transfers. They're $4.25 a piece, so it's about $800. You can split that in 3 pieces. So instead of paying $800 up front, you can now do your first payment at a third of the cost for the first month, and then 30 days later you'll be expected to place the second payment for the other third, and then the last third is taken care of after 2 months or 60 days. hence the name Buy Now Pay 60. So we have lead financing available, and you can do that with any lead program. If you're having trouble getting the upfront capital to start a campaign, then talk to us. We can get you involved with something or get you involved in a financing program to help you get the ball rolling. It's designed to be able to get you the leads, and then once you're selling the leads, and if you're actively using the leads and making sales, then you can use the capital that you're generating afterwards to start funding your own program, and eventually you'll weed off the ability of having or needing financing. You'll be making the sales and getting the income stream coming in to where you can start funding your own, and you'll be one of these awesome agents that we have that are on, the live lead transfers that they're buying 200 a month and running through them and doing great with it. So definitely we have ways to help you with that. And that's just so you guys know, again, it's all going to be, I feel like I've been on our on our website a lot lately, but when you go back to youandIwin.com, it's going to be right there. This is all right on our homepage. You can access pretty much anything you need right from our homepage. Um, Lead financing right there. So if you want to be involved with the Buy Now Pay 60, saying maybe you're on here right now saying, Brent, these tools sound great, but I just can't afford it. I can't, 30 bucks a month isn't I can't do right now, or I can't get 50 transfers for $200. Well, maybe with these lead financing you can, and you can start making steps to improve your situation and get involved in a program that's going to, with the work that you put into it, it's going to start generating some sales for you. So lead financing there, our lead programs, you can have a full list of those right here by clicking lead programs. Our live transfer lead program, you can click right here, and it's going to help you fill out the demographics. That's the first step for live lead transfers. So you're going to click the form, fill out this form. It's going to give you basic demographic information. You have to order at least 20. We recommend that you at least do 50, but dead minimum is 20. That just is designed to give you a feel for how the system works. The bigger a sample you get, the more you're going to hit those averages of, 20 to 30% of those people you're calling and having transferred over to you are going to be solid conversations. So the more you buy, the bigger your sample and the better results you're going to get, more than likely. All right, you can look at all of our recordings that we have available for those programs, sign up, and get involved. Once you submit that, you'll get the payment link sent over to you, and you can process your payment, and we'll start, creating your campaign and your account to get involved in those things. So that's a very easy way to get involved. Our other lead programs are here. You can check out our champions programs as well to get involved with those. Lots of stuff on here to get involved in. So biggest thing, again, first set a goal. If your goal is to make a first appointment with a live lead transfer system, I know that's Kelly's goal today, is to get on the system and try it out and see what comes of it. That might be his goal, is just to get one appointment set, or two or three, depending on how driven he is. Maybe it's getting a free website by selling one term life policy. So maybe today and tomorrow you're set on, I'm going to sell a term life policy and get my free website from Term Life Champions. Maybe it's sharing the You and I Win opportunity with 3 agents this week. And sharing that opportunity. If this is so great and you guys are on these calls week after week and you're really big on recruiting or building your own business and your own franchise, then invite some other agents to it. When you run into new networking opportunities, invite them on these calls. This is huge. Get signed up and contracted with carriers. I know not too many people were saying that they needed more products, but if that was you that put that in, get signed up and contracted with some of our carriers. I would start again with the Champions programs if that's your area. There's recommended carriers that are involved with each of those that are top of the line products. And then finally, if you haven't already, from Discover, create a game plan using the Roadmap series. Right in your back office, again, under recruiting and prospecting, you can start your own roadmap, fill that out, kind of get an idea of where to start. And finally, create momentum. This is the biggest part. Once we all get started, like I said, most of us already have a ton of websites that we've subscribed to. Maybe you've already subscribed to Career Agent Marketing and gotten your free form and those kind of things. don't stop the momentum. Many people will sign up, they get registered, and then they feel like the sales are going to come in after that. That's the beginning of the marketing strategy. That's the beginning of your sales tools. Make sure that you're going through these programs and utilizing the tools and actually putting them into practice with your sales. This is going to be huge. So make sure you're actually, becoming an expert, taking training. Jeff Williams always is reading a book. So is Randall Fry. They're always taking time. If they have spare time, they're not twiddling their thumbs or, going out to eat. They're looking at books. They're listening to audios, tracks of how to get better and how to improve their craft. So always create momentum with what you're doing. Already went through the action steps, so I won't go through those anymore. But make sure you're following us. If you do have a Facebook or a Twitter page, LinkedIn, follow us on those. You and I Win is always posting different things there for you guys. And join us next week for Share. We're going to be talking about how to recruit, best ways and best practices to recruit into your You and I Win business, the whole structure of how to do that effectively. Part of it is getting people on these webinars, the launch, gather, or launch, discover, plugged in, and finally share. But launch and discover mainly are geared towards those new agents that are looking at You and I Win, or they just got started to come on board and see what they need to do next. So plug in next week. Any questions coming through? Looks like we have one that might have gone through. All right. So any other questions regarding what we talked about today? Any confusion on how to get signed up with different programs or how to get started in different areas? I don't think that anything else is coming in. So, guys, thanks for sticking with me. I know it was a little longer today, but again, we have tons of different avenues for you. We have tons of resources for you to utilize. It's just a matter of picking up the hammer, just going to the website and looking at them and staring at them and thinking that they're going to do something for you. You need to actually get involved, start utilizing the tools that are in each of those systems, and really hitting home with each of those. So presentation tools, again, I would recommend the Career Agent Marketing. So if you were big on presentation tools, click on this button, start an account, and then you'll have access to all of our special pricing and stuff for the tools that are offered in there. If you're looking for leads, then again, go to lead programs or sign up with access some of the champions programs to find the best lead sources for those specific niche markets. So I think that's all I have, guys. Looks like we don't have any other questions. So thanks again. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Make it a good sales day. Don't stop now. You gain momentum. You got a good game plan of what you should be doing. If you need to do any of those things, please do. If you already have these tools, then now's the time to pick up the hammer and start driving nails into boards. Let's build something great. And the only way to do that is to get active. So thank you again. Hope you guys are able to get active this weekend. For those of you in the live lead transfer program, I'm going to see you Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. We're going to be talking a little more about IUL sales and how to maximize those. And hopefully we'll have a good amount of testimonials from people that are generating business through that program. And if not, then I will see you next week, 9 o'clock a.m. for the Friday business meeting and share following. Thank you guys so much and have a great day.